Hi y'all. Okay, I know it's been a while since I've been live on this channel, but I'm back. I'm gonna wait for a few people to show up. I am in my pajamas, I'm in my robe, and it's late. As you can see, it's dark outside. Let me make this camera. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of dark outside, and in this room, there you go. That's a good angle. So, my tips, if you're in a relationship and you're married, my tips on how to be a good girlfriend or wife via me, my style, okay? Because a lot of people have their own opinions of how you should act and this, and that. Throw all that stuff out the window because it doesn't work. Thank you. Most of it doesn't work, and it only caters to certain people, and that still never works. So I'm going to tell you how I do it. Okay, first of all, thank you. Never help your man financially, ever. Never help him build what should already be built. Don't offer him help. Don't give him tips. Don't be his mother. Let him figure it out for himself. He should already be most of the way there anyway if you are with him or married. So if you know something and you see him doing it a different way, don't butt in and tell him, oh, you're doing it wrong. You need to do it like this. If you do it like this, it'll be better. You need to listen to me. Blah, blah, blah. Don't do all that, because you're just emasculating him. Okay? Yeah, you might know a better way, and I've said this in other videos, but let him do it his way. Okay? He doesn't need a mother. Okay? If you become his mother, he's not going to want to sleep with you. So don't be his mom. Another thing is, don't always have to know what he's doing. That's another mother thing. Mothers always need to know where you're going, what time you're going to be home, what you're doing. This and that. Don't be his mama. Because if you're always keeping tabs on him, he's going to be like, dang, I can't do nothing. I don't. Then he's going to feel more trapped. Then he's going to feel restricted. And what do restricted, trapped people do? Someone says, but my fiance is really, really stupid. Then you should marry him if he's that stupid. You know what I'm saying? Why are you marrying a really, really stupid person? Someone says, but my fiance is really, really, really stupid. Well, if you're going to be with a stupid person, you also stupid. So, don't marry him. Unless he's rich and he can afford to make those stupid mistakes. So, you don't want to correct, especially not in front of other people. You don't want to keep tabs on him everywhere he goes, what he's doing, who he's with. Take a picture, send me a text. Don't do none of that. Okay, that's another thing that mothers do to their sons and teenage daughters. You don't want to do that. Okay. Always doing the same thing over and over. Routine. Okay. Don't get stuck in a routine. Be unpredictable. Do different stuff every week, whether it's with him or without him. Okay. Don't wait on him. For example, if you have plans and he says, I'm going to be a little late, or I'm not going to be able to make it, don't get upset, don't get sad, don't get mad. Just like, okay, well, I'm going to go do something else. If you want to, text me later, I'll be home later. Don't get mad. Don't say, oh, I wish you would. Because if he is blowing you off to do something else with someone else, or because he don't feel like it, you're not still stuck at home sad and lonely and whatever, and he knows that. And he knows, since he stood you up or doesn't have time for you, other people are out there looking at you out and about, and you're not with anyone, and so that makes them feel a little bit vulnerable. So the next time, they're not going to stand you up. They're going to be like, oh, you know what, I'm coming home early today, we're going to go do this, we're going to go do that. So don't react. Strategize. Okay? Even in a marriage, you don't get upset. The more you expect out of someone, the more disappointment you will have out of them. So don't expect anything, you know. Just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna be here if you're gonna be there, whatever. You know, I'll see you at home later on. Don't give them no time. Just say later on. Or, I'm going out to eat. Let me know if you want to meet me later. You know, just nonchalant. The more vague you are, the more their mind is going to wonder what you're doing, and they're not going to be so quick to dismiss you or lie to you because you don't even give them a chance to lie. Like, you don't even ask them, well, why? What's going on? You don't even give them a chance to lie, so they don't have to. They don't have to lie. And if they're out doing anything, their mind's on what you're doing because you didn't tell them anything. You didn't tell them that where you were going. You didn't even seem upset. Like, you have a backup plan or plan B, dude. So they're now thinking whatever they're thinking about what you're doing. So you never, ever get upset or react when someone cancels plans. You make other plans and blow it off, Pretty soon they're going to be thinking, you know what? I need to spend more time. She's always out and about. Okay. I'm going to talk about the Facebook group at the end or in a little while, but it's a very private, exclusive group, and not everybody can get in it. And it's not because I'm trying to be bougie. It's just for a specific reason. Okay. To the 16-year-old that's dating a 38-year-old, I don't know what country you is in, but that's illegal over here in America. Better not tell nobody. I'm 38, okay, and I could not imagine dating a 16-year-old except for sex. And I wouldn't even want to have sex with a 16-year-old guy because they don't know anything, So I don't know what that's about, but I like older men. And when you're 18, you can date all the old men you want. But at least wait till then. Come on now. Okay. Oh, in Vegas, the age is 16. Wow. Well, if it's legal, go ahead. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I just, it's different with women and men, but still, be careful. Because they like young, dumb girls because they feel like they can take advantage of them, which is why I'm glad you're on this channel, because you're learning and you can get him. Okay. So another thing, okay, for example, if you're with someone, and a lot of people always ask me, what do you do about someone who has a female friend or a male friend and they're always spending time together, blah, 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 blah. How do I get them to stop hanging out with each other? I'm jealous. Go get you a male friend. Don't be jealous. Or go get you a friend. You know what's better than a male friend? A friend that's a hoe. A girl friend, not a girlfriend, but a friend who's a girl who's a hoe. That's worse than having a male friend because they already know you hang out with her, you're going to start acting like her. So get you a whole friend and be like, oh yeah, go hang out with your girl. I'm going out with my whole friend tonight. Get you a whole friend. They ain't gonna like that because you can get a gay friend, you can have a guy friend, and they'll be jealous and try to pick fights with you for having a guy friend. They can't say nothing about your whole friend because you're not saying about their female friend. So the whole time he's out with his female friend and you out with your whole friend, he's thinking whole thoughts, like the ludicrous song. Oh, I know that girl is, she's gonna drag my woman down. She's gonna make her start being a hoe too. I can't go out with you. I gotta go home early from a girl. I gotta call her, make her get home from the club early. So not a male friend, not a gay friend, but a hoe friend. Okay. And she don't even really have to be a hoe. You can just say, look, when you're around me and my man act like a hoe, talk about hoe stuff. Okay, I know you ain't like that. Just do it. Okay, it's game. Okay. Do men value homemakers or do they see them as doormats? Homemakers is something like I'm a housewife, but I'm not a homemaker. There's a difference, okay? A A homemaker is somebody that cooks, cleans, does laundry and all that stuff. I don't do that stuff, okay? Because I'm not a homemaker. I I make sure the kids are in order. If there's dishes laying around, I'll throw them in the sink. But I'm not a homemaker. I don't think men value homemakers. They take them for granted. And I feel like unless you're marrying someone who wants that in their wife, like that's a requirement, like they said, look, I need a woman who can cook, who can do this and that. That's just the kind of woman I want. Then yes, if they don't say that, if they're all about flash and looks and stuff like that, they don't care if you're a homemaker, you know. So it just depends on the man. Okay, another technique on how to be a good girlfriend or wife. Keep an open mind. Like, don't just shut everything down that he talks about. Oh, that's stupid. That's not going to work. Or, ooh, I don't like that. Don't be super negative. Like, oh, if you don't agree with it, don't say, oh, no. Because, he might have thought that was the best idea ever. And if you shut it right on down, he's just going to go and tell Sharkeisha, who thinks it's the best idea in the world, So it's like, oh, that's interesting. I would love to hear more about that. Just let him talk about it. You ain't got to agree with it. Just let him talk. Don't be his competition. Don't debate with him. If you don't agree with something, just do like this. Wow, I never thought about that. Or if it's just really bad and you really don't agree with it, like, well, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. But hey, that's your decision. It's better than just shutting them down. Let them talk, and the more they talk, the worse the idea will sound, and they might just shut it down themselves. You know what I mean? Don't get in arguments over stupid, petty stuff. Okay? Because I have seen women, I've talked to women that have gotten in arguments over stupid stuff and lost their man. Dumb stuff. Just stupid stuff that doesn't even matter. And they weren't arguing over the actual issue. They were arguing for the sake of arguing. Oh, I have a big ego. Oh, I'm stubborn. Oh, I have to get my point across. Okay, well, you're going to be alone. I don't argue with men. I just walk away looking good. They come find me. So that's what you're supposed to do. You don't sit there and argue with people. If you're arguing with someone, it's because they're getting to you emotionally, and you don't let them get to you emotionally. If you can't argue with someone, it's because you're not emotionally involved. So if they don't feel like you're emotionally involved and you're not arguing with them, they're gonna go be like, dang, she won't even argue with me. What's wrong? Never mind. Forget it. I'm not even gonna bother with it. So if you don't even give them the satisfaction to argue, and they can't pull you in emotionally, you can't get even more angry, and they're gonna realize, she walked away. She's not even gonna argue with me. Wow, she must be thinking about moving on, or she's not involved in this. Then they're gonna give you more attention and give in to whatever you want anyway, or whatever you were arguing about. They're going, you were right. Okay, so just split with an abusive boyfriend of 4 years. The best decision ever made. Time to find me a real man now. Yep. Move on. Good luck. Okay. Thank you. Oh, it says I look nice. Thank you. So, also, don't always have to have something to do or talk about or say. Sometimes just be in silence. You know how sometimes someone comes home and they just had a long day and you're just like yapping and why you ain't talking? What's wrong with you? If you see that they're not talkative, just shut up. Okay? Just shut up. You know why? Because you don't know what they've just been through. even if, you know, you have a story to tell, wait, give him a couple of minutes. You know, let him get in the door, let him sit down, let him go pee. When he walks in, you shouldn't be yapping. What if the guy you recently got into a relationship with come from a wealthy family and you ask him for spending money, he says he's not into it? Then tell him you're going to go ask someone else. It's like, what good is wealth if you can't share? You know, actually, honestly, if he's from a wealthy family and he's getting an allowance and then he has to give you an allowance, you know, how much is he really getting? You know, is it enough for him to give you some too? Is he getting any real money? Is his family wealthy enough to give him enough money to take care of you too? So just because someone is from a wealthy family doesn't mean they're spending money. You know, you have broke men out there who will spend more money on you than a rich guy. I always say, if you're with a wealthy guy or somebody like that, and he's not spending on you, it's the same as being with a broke guy. They're not spending on you. You know. So what's the difference? You can brag and say, "Oh, I have a rich boyfriend, but I'm still, you know, wearing a Walmart purse." That's, you know, if that's how you want to roll. But if they're not sharing, then don't stop sharing yourself. Cut them off. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to share my wealth either. Cut them off sexually. And that's another thing. When you argue with your husband or your boyfriend, you don't argue. You cut them off. You cut them off from everything. Everything they like, you cut them off from it. You cut them off from sex. You cut them off from sleeping in the bed or whatever. You just cut them off. Cut them off from any information that you usually give them, like where you're going or, you know, something. Just cut them off until they start acting right. If they really are into you, they're gonna act right. If you're dispensable, they're gonna just like, good, I'm glad, I don't care about you anymore. But this is for people that are in relationships, you know, and that are having a hard time navigating them. How do you deal with men who promise big money trips and just give you peanuts? I don't deal with promises, I deal with actions. Like, I won't even let my husband talk about stuff that he's not putting down on paper to do. You know, I'm like, look, when you get it together, then I'll look at it. I don't want to talk about it right now. You know, because they'll talk all day. Because that's what you want to hear. Put all this lipstick on the stuff. They'll talk all day because that's what you want to hear. If you cut them off and say, you know what? I actually would prefer if you go ahead and book those tickets and those trips and send me the itinerary and my ticket number. Book my trip, you know. Put your money where your mouth is. And call them out on it. It's like, you know, you talk a lot, but, you know, let me know when you make the arrangements and you have my ticket and send me the itinerary. And I'll call and confirm. Until then, cut them off. Don't be talking to them. If that's what they're promising you, you know, and they're not delivering, just cut them off. What if whenever he comes in, he always looks agitated? What do you do then? Just be silent. Look good. Like, look good. Have some lingerie on. Smell good. Get you some wine. Put on some nice music, and when he walks in, you sit on the couch and you're like, don't say nothing to him. Let him talk first. Okay, if somebody's always coming in agitated, try one day and do that. Take one day that you know he's going to come home agitated. Just do that. Surprise him. Just like have some nice music going, drink some wine, be in your sexy outfit or lingerie or whatever, and just, he's not going to be agitated after that. And then the next day, he'll be expecting it or remembering it, and then he's going to treat you nicer. He'll treat you a little nicer, you know. If you don't, you know, some guys are agitated because they coming home to someone that they don't really want to come home to. So, however you were in the beginning of the relationship when they met you, that's what they expect, you know? I heard some saying, it says, men marry women hoping they don't change, and women marry men hoping to change them. So, if you've changed a lot since you've gotten together or married, chances are the man has an issue with it. He might not be talking about it, but he has a small issue with it. Just like if you got with a man, a potential man, and he never reached his potential, you have some issues with that. Right? Okay. How do you get with a rich guy when you are foreign and have not even a driver's license? Ask Melania Trump. Okay. Online dating, darling. Uber. Just met a new man. He communicates with only through text. He does not call me much, only once a week. I met him on Match. He's probably married, girl. He's married. Okay, or has a girlfriend. Hi, from Delhi. Okay. Oh God. Okay. This coming off as gold diggerish talk. Of course, if you're on the gold digger channel. What up, Ashira Star Goddess? This channel didn't really start off that way. It started off about relationships, and most problems in relationships deal with money. So to avoid most problems, you need someone who's financially stable in the relationship. Half the problems are avoided. You know what I mean? If this was a relationship channel, it would have twice as many problems. Like people asking questions in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So if you're focused, if you have a goal in mind instead of how you want to control a person, if you just want them to, be a provider and a good a husband or a good girlfriend or a good wife, versus all these other things that people expect and have so many problems with in relationships that they can't control. If you're living a grand lifestyle, you're not going to nitpick at every little simple thing that someone does when you're not living that grand lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's different. If you have ever noticed, you see broke women picking on their men more than rich women or women with money or women who have men with money. You'll see them. They will pick on the broke man 20 times more because they're not happy financially. The woman who has the rich husband will pick less because she don't care, because most of her needs are met because of his lifestyle. What do you do if your boyfriend ignores you and then makes excuses that he didn't really appreciate your insight? Oh, he didn't. When people start ignoring you, it's for a reason. They're trying to get a reaction, okay? That's the whole point. People ignore anyone. They're either trying to get a reaction, or if they're not in your presence and they're ignoring you through phone or whatever, it's because they're with someone else. Okay, it's very simple. Or they're upset with you and they just don't want to talk to you. Says Oprah would shoot me in the face. Good, I can sue her. And I'd be rich too. I don't think she would shoot me in the face though. I think she'd want to interview me and give me my own talk show. So what else? I'm trying to look through these questions. Yeah, someone says, ladies, notice how men are always on our videos. They're trying to get some tips too. But the tips that I'm giving, they can't use because they're not targets. The only tip they can use, guys, I'll give y'all a tip on how to keep your woman happy. Keep your job. Hopefully you have a career. you know, women want you to reach your potential, your highest potential. Okay, so keep striving. If nothing at all, just keep going higher and striving for better. I don't care if it's for you or her, but that's what they really want, for you to reach your full potential. Because women will marry, okay, this is funny. Women will marry a man who has not even scratched the surface of reaching their potential, because they have faith and they believe in their men and they think, oh, he's going to do it. I know, they believe in him. But men will marry a woman based on what she's doing, you know, how good she is in bed. You know, some of them, you know, if she has a good credit score. But women, they just want you to meet your potential and keep striving. That's about it, you know. So that's a tip that I can give to men. Keep striving. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't settle. Don't stay at your mediocre job for the rest of your life. Keep building. Take online courses. Get better. Keep getting more money. Okay? You can't just stay stagnant, because women are always wishing you would do better, basically. They might not say it, but they'll show it in other ways, you know. How do I stop him from watching pornography? I've never had that problem, but just take a picture and send it to his mom while he's watching it. I don't know. Sneak up on him and be like, click, I'm sending this to your mom. And plus, why would you be jealous of pornography? That's just like a screen, you know. That's a screen. Why don't you go and watch some like male naked dudes and let him catch you, you know? I don't know. Most men lust. Most men fall in lust before they fall in love. And men are sexual creatures. You know, men are highly visual. So if you want to keep his attention off of that, you know, maybe it's an addiction. Some people are addicted to that stuff. I would just keep taking pictures and sending it to people to embarrass them. But I'm evil like that, so I don't know. Said how to be a trophy wife. What are her duties? Look good, smell good, make him look better. Okay. So another good tip, like I say, if your man is coming home to you and you looking bad every day, that's not good. Okay, look good every day. Look good every day, unless you're sick or dying or something like that. But don't let him come home to you looking raggedy. Okay, that's a bad thing. Men are visual. Okay, if they married you and they dated you and you were looking good all the time, and then they come home and you looking crazy, men easily fall out of love, or lust, should I say. And when they fall out of lust, they fall out of love. So keep this going. Okay? Keep it going. Like, how to deal with Capricorn men. Let them work and be a workaholic and just spend their paycheck. They don't have a lot of time to spend because they're always working or thinking about business or something. And, you know, if they really love you, they're gonna show you. Okay? They don't just tell anybody, "Ooh, I love you." They're gonna show you, you know, because you're important to them and they want you to stay there in their lives. They're not just gonna pretend and fake it with you. They might, they might say, "Oh, they're never gonna admit that they love you until they really do." Unless they're acting and just trying to get some for the night. But if you're in a relationship and building towards one, they're not gonna give false feelings until they really mean them. Oh, are women that are married because potential and not being sexually satisfied going to stay in that situation. Um, a lot. Okay, I know who you are. A lot of women don't care about that stuff no more. Like after a certain age, women be like, you know what? I'd rather eat and shop, or I'd rather um, get my hair done and nails done and shop than be in the bed with somebody sweating on top of you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are very sexual though, and they do need that, but it just depends on the woman. You know, some women are only turned on by certain things, and if the person who they're married to has those things, it's not a problem. But if they have to look outside their marriage for them and they're willing to risk, you know, all this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe an hour if the person's good of pleasure, you know, at the end of the day, is it worth it? So I feel like if women cheat, they should cheat with someone who can replace the person they're cheating on. As a, you know, that's just wise. That's why a lot of women have backup. I call them Plan B dudes. The dudes they shoulda, coulda, woulda married, or will still be, you know, the dudes that would still marry them if they were single, and who have just as much to offer. You know, but in general, in a general situation, um, if there's nothing keeping that woman in that marriage and the risk of losing the marriage is not really important to her, then of course she probably would go cheat or whatever because she doesn't fear losing her marriage. Um, so it just depends on what she has to lose. That's all I'm saying. Men cheat all the time, and they don't realize because they don't think ahead like women. They don't think too far ahead. Like they don't think about that prenup that they didn't sign or have. They don't think about all them children and 20% of that paycheck and that child support, and they don't think about all that before they go cheat. Women do. We're like, look, I can't cheat on my husband because A, B, C, D, and E. You know. So they'll either find someone with just as much money to cheat on them with, or if they're not smart, they'll cheat on with someone who doesn't have the money. Unless their husband's like always out of town and gone, and they can just do whatever they want anyway, and it doesn't matter because the husband don't care and he probably cheating too, then I'm sure they have that understanding without saying anything. I just don't think a little hold on, I'm trying to remove some trolls. I just don't think some people think it's worth it. And you know they sell toys in the store now. Okay. I'm trying to read. How do you deal with relatives who do not like you but your man is loyal? Relatives? I don't care about relatives. You asking the wrong person. um, the funny thing is, if you don't care, and if you don't let it bother you, then eventually they'll try to win you. You know, if you gotta flip the script. If they don't like you, don't be trying to suck up and be all, oh, please like me. Just be like, psh, forget them. You know, they lucky I'm in their family. They lucky I took their last name, or they lucky I'm with their son, or whatever. Shoot, you know, be like that, because if you're not trying to win them, they have to try to win you. You know, they oh, she thinks she's too good. Oh, well, let's talk to her. You know, I flip the script. You gotta win me. just like your son had to win me. You gotta win me too. I take those type of situations and I flip them. It's like, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to be your friend. It doesn't bother me. I'll sit in the corner and look at my phone. Right? I know it's rude, but you're either the predator or the prey in this world. That's how it is. There's no in between. How do you avoid rich men who only want sex and feel entitled because of their money? Ask them for some money. If they say no, then you say no. Okay? I'm sorry, I can't date guys that are not, generous. I can't, what's the use of dating you? Like, I can go date somebody else and give them free sex. A lot of athletes are like that. A lot of athletes and like young rich guys are like that. Old rich guys, they'll pull out their wallet in 2 seconds. Oh, what you need? What you need? What you need? You know. You're going for young men. They think they still got it. They think they sexy. They're like, this is an added bonus. I'm not paying you. But as soon as they start getting them gray hairs down there and the wrinkles and they can't stand the music on the radio no more, that's when they start paying. Okay. What's your advice for women in their 30s who want a rich man to settle down? My advice for someone in their 30s, maintain your youthful appearance as much as you can, because men like, you to look decent. Go for an older man. Go for someone who's at least 20 years older than you. And they'll be ready to settle down. They're ready to wife. If they're not going for the young 20-somethings and they're going for you, you have a chance, because that means they're ready for someone a little bit more mature, and they don't look like, when they're out with you, it doesn't look so weird versus being with an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old. So you can actually blend in and fit into their life. So go for the older guys. Dress mature. Don't dress like a teeny bopper. Don't dress like an Instagram model. Dress mature, Like you could be coming out of a business meeting, or, going to somewhere classy. Don't dress trashy if you want to get wifed. What if he's older but still looks good to date or not to date? The better they look, the more you have competition. That's all I'm saying. Like, I used to have a thing for pretty boys back in the day, and yeah, it's nice, it's good. They look good, they smell good, they're nice to touch. But at the end of the day, they can't be what you need them to be. Some of them can, but still, there's always that one girl who's into looks and looking at the side of her eye and holding his hand while he's walking with you, or stuffing her number in somewhere in his pocket. It's always going to be that. So the best, and it's always going to be that way too with super rich men. Women are always going to be chasing men. So it's up to you. Like, I want to be the best looking one in the relationship. I'm sorry. I have to be the best looking one in the relationship, because I have to be able to say, look, you lucky to be with me. That's what I have to be able to say that. It's just honesty. It sounds bad, but it's just, I'm being honest. I like someone now, but I'm finding that I'm going back to the giving the guys too much of my time, especially if they want to sex. How do I prolong courting? Have more than one. Like, if you're just dating and not having sex with anyone, date 3 or 2 guys at the same time. That way you don't spend too much time with one because you got the other one. Um, I'll talk about my Facebook group later, but um, if you have my email, write me. If you're on my Facebook, write me, and I'll let you know if you have it. Um, okay, okay. Someone says, "Be a woman, get a job." I got a job. I have a job, except I don't work for anyone. I created my own job. Um, Dating in LA is so hard. Why would you want? If I would never try to find somebody in LA. And no offense to people that live in LA, but there's too much competition out there. If you're pretty, you just average in LA. If you move somewhere else, you'll be like top notch. I see so many girls in LA. I can't find a man. I can't find a man because everybody has fake boobs, fake butt, weave, plastic surgery. Okay, you can't compete with everybody. Go somewhere where you look special. Move outside of the city. Go further north. Go further south. I don't know. I would move. That's just like going. Okay. To me, go somewhere where you're unique, not where everybody looks the same or everyone's so superficial into having breast, face, plastic surgery and stuff like that. Because how are you going to compete with that? Mm-hmm. um, what are the best cities for finding a good man? Southern cities. Go to the South. Um, I know a lot of women have luck. Just depends on if are you going for older guys? Because any city you can get an old man. Older men. Any city you could just go get an older man. If you're looking for like a Prince Charming, rich, good looking, successful, perfect everything. I don't know which city that's in. San Francisco. You might have a surprise though at the end of the day. Um, let's talk about gay men for a second. Why are they so perfect? Gay men represent the perfect male. What every woman wants their man to be. Dress nice, look nice, clean, career. Most gay guys are successful. They find a way to make money. Um, Not most, but I'm not trying to generalize. I'm just saying a lot of them. Um, they listen to whatever you're talking about. They're not trying to jump in your pants. Okay, if anybody but see a lot of women, it's like, okay, I love that, but then I like a man to be like, I'm gonna take charge and give you all this money and pay your bills and provide for you, and then they want to combine those two together, and then when you're in a relationship with somebody, they want you to be this perfect man and then just give you all their money. That doesn't happen. Very rarely it happens. Okay. If I feel like most women have this image in their head of what a man's supposed to be, and they have so many expectations that when those expectations don't get met, they lose hope, they lose faith, they hate men, blah 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 blah. Well, you have to set the expectations and the tone, not what society does. Before you enter into a relationship, you say, look, this is what I expect. Can you deliver or not? Because if you can't, we don't need to be together. Have it up front what you expect. And if they can agree to it, then yes, we can be in a relationship. If they can't agree to it, it was nice meeting you. Don't get into a relationship and then want them to do all this stuff that you never told them that you expected and they're not down for it. Before you get into the relationship, look, just like Steve Harvey's wife did. She said, look, if you want to be with me, you need to do this, 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 and that. And he went and did it. If they want to be with you that bad, they're going to either comply or walk away. At the end of the day, you're not disappointed in your relationship because they agreed to it. Just like when I met my husband, I said, look, I told him what I needed. I was like, look, this is what I need. Can you do it? Just like a job interview. Look, can you handle these responsibilities? We got the job. There, that's it. Not like, oh, I'm going to hire you because I just think you're great and you have so much potential. You don't hire people on potential. You hire them on experience, what they're going to agree to do, if they understood the job description, and do they know how to do this job. That way, when you come in, the job is done, the work is done, you're not disappointed, and everything goes smoothly. You don't hire people based on their potential. You hire them because they can do the job. I'm so artificial and narrow-minded. No, I'm just honest. Most women think like this. If they don't, they will. And if they won't, because they've been programmed not to, and they wonder around, they will wonder around why they're, thinking, why is my life so miserable? It's because you didn't set the tone for your life. You let other people set it, and you let society set it. But, no one ever told you that you're going to be disappointed, because not everyone is going to go by society and go by what you expect out of them. They have to agree to that before they enter into a relationship. Okay, so another tip. Okay. Always have someone who can do something for you when your man can't do it. Doesn't matter if it's your dad, your brother, or somebody. Don't fully depend on him for things, because that's a weakness. Okay, so always have a backup handyman. I don't care if you got to hire a handyman or whatever. Always have some backup male to do his job when he starts slipping. And don't even, like, if he's supposed to fix something or get something done and he doesn't, just go and hire somebody else or call somebody else to come do his job, and make sure he's home when that person is doing his job. And don't even say anything about it. It's like, well, I was going to do that. Well, I can't wait on you. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. I took care of it. Such and such is doing it for me. Then he's going to feel like, dang, that's my job. I'm supposed to be doing that. And, whoever is over there working and doing whatever they were supposed to do is going to give him a look like, dude, what's up? Why you ain't doing your job? Don't make me come back over here. You going to pay me. Then they're going to have a handout. Look, $20, $50. So make sure you have the backup man to come change tires. If you have AAA or something, don't just totally depend on him. He's like, have that backup. Because if he feels like maybe he's had a hard day, maybe he can't come change your tire or fix your sink or, do all that stuff. But maybe he wants to, but he just can't, or he don't know how, or he just, whatever. Always have that backup person, because sometimes we expect too much out of one person. Oh, you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to know how to fix stuff, and you're supposed to do this for me. You're supposed to do this. Some of these men don't even know what a wrench is. They have to YouTube it. So don't think just because he's a man he can fix stuff or he's supposed to do this. Tell him, look, can you do this? Yes or no? If not, I'll hire somebody. Don't ask him to do it to prove his love to you. If he can't do it, he can't do it. My man cannot fix nothing to save his life. I fix most of the stuff in the house. And if it breaks or whatever, I know how to work every TV remote, all the gadgets. I know all the passwords. I'm like the one that does all the technical stuff, and because that's just, I'm good at it, you know. So always have that backup or know how to do it yourself. Let them take care of the most important things, like the bills. Okay. Okay, another thing is like most guys that are not agreeing with this in the comments, that's fine. You're not, you know, a target. This is for people that are in relationships or married, you know. If you're trolling, you know, whatever. But I know a lot of women, just like a lot of men, have an issue with, oh, I don't get enough sex in a relationship. Oh, sex, 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 sex. How come you don't want to sleep with me no more? You don't give me none. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it's because you want it too much. Stop wanting it. Stop giving it up. Stop asking for it. You know, walk around looking sexy, but don't give them none. Make them want it. You know, you can't always give it to them whenever they want it. That's why they don't want it, because it's free. Make them work for it. Make them do something for it. Then, you know, then they'll be trying to get more of it. They'll be like, okay, she doesn't give it up freely. She's not begging me to have sex with her. If I want it, I got to do something for it. The chase is back. Always keep them chasing, you know. So, keep your man chasing. Don't always give him sex. Go a couple of weeks, or however, because some people do it every day in the beginning. But if you're in a long-term relationship and you do it every day, it's going to get old quick, okay? So space it out. Go a week and then surprise him. Or don't always be like, oh, I want some. Or men, don't always chase your woman around saying, oh, give me some, give me some. Make them miss you. Make them want you. Build up that anticipation. You know, don't always be chasing after it, you know. If their sex drive is that high, maybe that's why they're watching pornography. Someone talking about pornography in the beginning. I'm from Manhattan and I find your chat so offensive. Oh my God. Okay, I'm a joke, then laugh. This is entertainment. This is YouTube. I don't care if you're offended. It works. I don't even know if you're a man or a woman. So I don't know why you're offended. Like, how ugly does the man need to be if he's older? As long as you look the best. And when you go out, everyone's looking at you and you make him look important. That's all you need. Okay? He don't have to be ugly. He just has to be average or below average. You know, you have to be the best looking thing. You have to if you're going to be a trophy piece, you have to look that part. That means he can't be equal to you in looks, you know? Or he can't, like, if he's older and sexy, he's going to get young women without the money. So you would have to go for older and okay. And even still, if he's okay, women are still going to be after him if he has money. So it just depends on what you want to struggle with in your relationship. Do you want to struggle with him getting attention from other women throwing themselves at him, or what do you want to struggle with to look at a nice face in the dark? It's dark anyway. When you go to bed, you know, the funny thing is, a man with money can dress nice and smell good and still be sexy, even if they're ugly. I don't know. It's just something about, you know, their persona, their confidence, how they carry themselves, very regal and assured of themselves. You know, that's sexy to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Why is she not in the kitchen? Because it is late, and my kitchen is really nice if you want to see it. But I don't, my husband does most of the cooking. I taught him how to cook a long time ago, and now he's just like working on his recipes and perfecting his technique in the kitchen. So, um, he likes to cook actually. I don't even have to ask him to cook. Every day he just come home and cook. I'm like, or bring something. But last time I cooked was a long time ago, because he likes to do that kind of stuff. Okay, another tip. It's a trick tip, because that's how I got him to cook. Because I didn't want to cook because everybody wanted something different. I'm like, look, the kids want this, you want this, and I want this. I'm tired of cooking because I'm just done. Y'all want to eat the same boring food every day. I'm done. So I said, you cook tonight. So he cooked, and I acted my butt off. Ooh, this is so good. This food is delicious. I didn't know you could cook this good. I gassed up his ego. Now he cooking every day, and I don't have to do nothing. Okay. Most of the time, we go out or get something to eat, but not most of, like maybe once or twice a week we go out to eat. But most of the time he come home and cook breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm like, thank you. Oh, this is so good. Oh my God, what did you put in this? I have to know. Really, what I'm saying is good. I'm glad I don't have to cook. So, that's another tip. If you want your spouse or your long-term person to do something, compliment them on something that you don't want to do, but they do it okay. But just come, oh, you do this. You clean so well. I could never get the house this clean. I love how you clean. Oh my God, my mom doesn't even clean this good. Look, just lie to them. Shoot, you must have been Mr. Clean in your former life. Then he'll get all excited and feel like, oh yeah, I'm a good cleaner. Then he's gonna start cleaning. He's like, oh, it turns me on when you clean up like that. And you don't start cleaning. You don't have to clean. That's what I do. I'm like, look, you cook so good. Oh my God, you clean so good. I'm just so disorganized. I just make them feel good about what they're doing, and they want to do it more because it gets my attention. I talk about it. I brag to other people about it. So I don't have to do it. That's how I do it. What are your thoughts on plastic surgery? Is it worth it for women to go under plastic surgery to gain men's attention, not from the money point, but from pain and risk? I would never get plastic surgery because I have kids, and a lot of people die with complications after plastic surgery. They get that skin flesh eating disease. They get permanent scars, botched. I would never do it. Like, if you don't like me or what I look like, then I'll go find some old blind man who do. Okay? So, that's all I'm saying. They make fake silicone stuff you can stick in your bra now. They have fake butts that you can put in your underwear. So there's really no need, unless you plan to model nude, to get plastic surgery. You can get a fake butt and wear a dress over it. You can do a bra with fake boobs in it if you want bigger boobs. If you want liposuction, they have you just starve yourself for a couple of weeks. I don't say plastic surgery is wrong if that's something that you're doing for yourself, but don't do it for a man. If it's going to make you feel good about yourself, yeah, go ahead and do it. But if you're doing it for a man's attention, and then you get flesh eating disease on your butt, and then your butt, y'all seen those videos, it's not really worth it. Like, unless you're married and your husband is paying for it, y'all got insurance, and if your butt surgery goes wrong, you're taken care of, great, go do it. But that recovery time, that pain, you know, I don't think it's worth it unless you already got a man that's paying for it and you can take time off and have the best meds and nurses and stuff. Mm. Okay. I would be offended if my man was to constantly watch porn. Matter of fact, I don't even want my man to. Some of y'all women try to control these guys too much. That's why they always leaving. You know, let them be. Go watch porn too. Go shop. You know what I'm saying? These young women, they have no clue. You can't control men. You can't control them. All you can do is get them to do what you want by tricking them, making them think it's their idea. You know. I would just tell everybody I meet, oh, guess what? This is my husband. He likes porn. I just embarrass him. You know. Don't you think that's funny? And eventually he'll just stop. Or be like, dang, you don't have to tell everybody. I was like, well, hey, I thought it was something that you like, you know, an interest, a hobby. Don't you want people to? I would just blast them out. I'm like, you know, on Thanksgiving dinner, I'm like, oh, you know, talking to his mom, you know, your son is awesome. You know, if he could just stop watching that porn. Then his mama gonna talk to him about it. You watch porn? You need to stop that, son. Your wife told me she was so proud of you. If you could just stop watching that porn. What if your kid sees that? You know, just tell everybody. It's like, well, if you're not ashamed of it, why should we? Why should we be? It's like, oh yeah, my husband's into porn. Oh my gosh. Buy him some porn for Christmas. When he open it up, let his mama see it. Get him some of them old school DVDs. That's what I would do. You have to flip the script sometime. When you want someone to stop doing something, you have to get on board with it. Like, here, honey, here's some more porn. You like it? Buy him some freaky porn, like old people and stuff. See, like, I thought you might be tired of what you're watching, so I got you this. Granny panties. Just totally make fun of him for it. Just act like it's a joke. Then he's going to start feeling insecure about it. And he might stop after that. After you think it's a joke. Like, you treat him like it's a joke. Like, oh my God. That's such a loser move. Okay? It's like, shoot, as much porn as you watch, shoot, you don't even need me. No wonder you can't get it up. Just start making little comments. No wonder you can't last long. No wonder you only 2 minutes. No wonder you gotta take Viagra. You know, that's what I would do, but I'm evil like that, so. Either you're the predator or the prey. Remember that. It's no in between. Not in this world. So, be the prey. Or let him be the prey and you be the predator. Because he's sitting in front of a computer screen doing this and it bothers you and you're letting it bother you. Take your power back. Expose him, embarrass him, laugh at him, call him a loser, buy him granny panty DVDs, and at Christmas let him open up some crazy stuff at Christmas time and embarrass him in front of everybody and tell his mama about it. You know, until he don't even want to do it anymore. Until when everyone sees him, they say, oh, there's porn boy. Embarrass him. You know, he should be embarrassed if he's married and addicted to pornography. You know, it's like, you know, that's a serious problem. You need to go get some help for that. Treat him like an addict. A recovering pornaholic. Mm-hmm. My boyfriend is too attached to his family and relatives. How do you deal with him being way too attached? Cut him off sexually. That's the answer to everything. Stop giving him sex. It's like, look, you're a little too close to your family. I'm getting tired of it. It's nice. You know, I understand you're a good son and da-da-da-da. But I need more time. And I can't get turned on by somebody who's a mama's boy. Okay, so you ain't getting none of this tonight. Cut them off. She was 7. If my husband starts watching porn, I swear I'll become a webcam stripper model. Well, if you can make money, go ahead. I don't care. He might see you and watch you too. Okay, so like I said, okay, another tip. If you want a gift, or you want something, and you want him to buy it, or her, whatever, you want a special gift, you got to tell them what you want. You can't just hang around and say, oh, get me whatever. Tell them exactly what you want. Give them the serial number, the email address, and your address so they can order it and send it to you, or send them the web link in their email. So this is what I want. If you don't get me this, I don't want nothing. Don't worry about it. You know, be blunt, because when you want something and they say, okay, if you say, oh, I want this, and then they come with something stupid and totally different and you don't want it, you know, you're not going to be happy. They're not going to get the reaction they wanted. And nobody, at the end of the day, no one's getting what they want. So be specific when you ask for things. It's like, look, this is what I want. This is what I want for Christmas, okay? I don't want anything else. If you can't get me this, you know, don't worry about it. But this is what I want from you. Or you can get me a gift card to go towards it. But this is what I want from you. I'm giving you advance notice. You got enough to save up for it. If you don't have it already, if you're broke, whatever. This is what I want. And look them in the eye and say it. That's what you're going to get on Christmas Day. Don't beat around the bush. Don't expect a surprise. Go straight for it. This is what I want. Okay? And they'll start doing the same with you. Like, okay, well, this is what I want for Christmas. Because sometimes you give them some stupid stuff too that they don't want. So if you just be direct and tell each other what you want as gifts, everyone's happy. And then you can still brag. Oh, look what my husband bought me. Oh, he bought me this new, computer. Or, oh, he bought me this new piece of jewelry. Or, yeah, he bought it for you, but you told him what to buy. Right? Should I join a yacht club and I don't own a yacht? Actually, I have an ex-boss who did that. She joined a yacht club, did not own a yacht, met a man who owned a yacht, but that's all. The bad thing is, though, that's all he owned. And it wasn't a nice yacht. It was like old beat up yacht, and she ended up having to pay for it. So make sure they have the nicest yacht, or a nice yacht, not them old beat up yachts. But she wasn't that cute, so that's all she could get. So yeah, you can do that. She ended up marrying him. She didn't have a yacht, but now his yacht is her yacht. And when I say yacht, I don't mean like the kind Jay-Z has. I mean like the boat, the sailboat that they call a yacht, that could be classified as a yacht. Aside from looking good, what makes a housewife desired? Peaceful. A peaceful woman. If your husband or boyfriend is afraid to come home because you gonna nag him, he gonna stay out later and later. Don't nag. You know, at the end of the day, if he's not doing what you want him to do, you're the one that got in a relationship with him and married him, and you already knew these things. You just hoped he would live up to potential. You know, that's why I'm saying no nagging in relationships. You know, if you want them to do something and they don't comply, and they know that you don't like it, say it one time and let it be done. You know, if they keep repeating it, stop caring and stop texting, stop giving sex until they act right. You know, just like they do to NFL players. you're not in the game. You know, you're suspended with no pay, and you have a fine. Start doing that. So, what I'm saying is, you're either the prey or the predator. Be the predator in every relationship. Be strategic. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. You know? What is your take on interculturally or interracial dating? I've had a lot of women that I do consultations for who will date other cultures who will never marry them. They use them up and then go marry somebody in their culture. So I don't know if that's a good idea unless you're not looking for marriage. If you're just looking for fun and money, go for it. Interracially, there's a lot of interracial couples in the world. They face their set of problems. You know, it's a challenge upon a relationship, which is already pretty much a challenge. So, you know, it is what it is. If one challenge is less than the other challenge, for example, if you're going to date interracially and your man is broke, that's two challenges. Okay, if you're going to date interracially and your man is rich, that's one challenge. You know, so pick a struggle. Mm-hmm. My boyfriend is planning to get married next year. How can I make him want to marry me sooner than that? Should I use some? If you try to rush someone, first of all, I don't know how old he is, into marriage, and they're not ready for it, it's not going to work out for you. Stop rushing people to get married. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of women in different cultures who rushed to get married, and then their husband was like, okay, I'm over this, and then they moved out the country and started working somewhere else and has a girlfriend. So I don't know what culture you're in. I don't know if you're in America, but don't rush getting married. You know, unless you've been with somebody for 5 to 7 years and he's just stringing you along, he don't have to marry you. But don't, if it's only 1 year, you can wait that. You can plan your wedding, save some money, you know, get things in order and stuff like that. Don't rush it. It's, what do you want to do? Get married next week? Maybe he needs to save up. I'm just saying, be patient. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. So, more tips. Don't try to impress his family. Because the more you try, the more you look like, oh, I just have to be perfect. I have to be this and I have to be this and I have to be, and don't care if they don't like you or not. Like, just be like, whatever, you know, because I have this question a lot. Well, what if their family doesn't like me? Da, da, da. Who cares? Do you sleep with their family? No. Do those family members pay your bills? No. You know, they might not like you, but you might not like them. Go in another room when they come around. Be gone when they come around. Be busy when they come around. Be on the phone when they come around. Be too good for them, you know. They'll try to win you. Well, why don't she ever be here? You know, maybe we should invite her here. You know, maybe she doesn't feel like she's part of the family. Maybe she thinks she's too good for us. Okay, and then they'll be trying to impress you, like, oh, I like fancy stuff too, or oh, um, I like this too. Like, oh, okay. Then they'll find something that you like and start trying to talk about it with you, to have stuff in common with you, because you could care less about them. You have just elevated yourself above them, and now they have to catch up with you. That is the tip. Don't ever stoop to try to please somebody. Raise your level and let them come up to your level. If it's the opposite, if they're up here and you're down here and they don't think you're good enough for their child, then just distance yourself. Just distance yourself and, like, make little sly comments like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that fancy stuff. Oh, I'm just a simple plain girl. That's why your son loves me. Like, oh, he don't like women like you. That's why he chose me. Or, oh, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Not yet, anyway. Maybe when I get a little older, I will be. Crack on their age. Maybe when I get a lot older, I'll be more into it. But right now, I'm just not really into it. It'll come, sure, with age. Okay. So, if they talk bad about you and say stuff in front of your face and oh, blah, 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 it's like, just laugh. It's like, oh, really? That's what you think of me? That's so funny. It's like, I'm glad my feelings aren't easily hurt, or I might be offended. Like, you don't pay none of these bills over here. Okay. I'm taking questions now, so y'all can ask. About the group. I know y'all want to know about that. When this is over, which is going to be in the next 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, if I don't have anything else to say, I'm going to link a link below where you can write me, and only for information on the group, nothing else. If I see a book, I'm not answering you back. If you write me your life story, I'm not answering you back. Okay? If you're doing all of that stuff, I'm bypassing it. I want to get in the group. That's all you need to type. Okay? And I'll instruct you further. But don't write me your life story. I get too many of those, and I can't read them all. It's like 1,000-word email, and I have like 100 emails waiting. I can't answer it. I'm so sorry. If you've written me your life story, I might have read one or two because I was bored and nothing else to do. But normally I don't read the life stories. I'll just text back, okay, let me know if you're interested in this, and that. That's about it. So, I just being honest, okay? I don't want y'all to sit there and waste y'all's time typing, Like, if you want to do a consultation and talk on the phone, yes, I'm available for those things. And you can tell me your life story over the phone during the consultation. The group is very private and exclusive, and there's a lot of people that want to get in, but they're not. A lot of times they're not accepted because they're not mentally at that level that the group is at, and they would just come in there and be appalled and judgmental and start arguments with the other women. So we have to be on the same vibe. I'm gonna have to ask you some questions before you get in the group. How do you deal with upset people or problematic people without getting your energy drained? Don't deal with them. Ignore them or mirror them. If you mirror someone's actions, then you don't get drained. They'll just be like, what? So never get emotionally involved. That's right. So someone's treating you bad, treat them bad. Okay? If someone start rumors about you, start a rumor about them. Okay? Mirror them. This way they don't drain your energy, and they get a taste of their own medicine, and they'll stop. They're like, dang, she don't play. Don't waste time trying to get someone to like you or to leave you alone or to do this, and that. Just get them right back. It's like, look, you can do it, I can do it. Someone says, I think a lot of men have been to prostitutes. Uh-huh. Does this group cost money? There is a joining fee. Why? Because it keeps certain people out. It's like an exclusive place that you don't know dusties can get into. It keeps certain people out because they're not able to bother the people that are there who are not trying to vibrate on that level. You know what I mean? So, and it's not expensive. Don't worry. Anyone could afford it, but only people will pay who are serious about a lifestyle change. You know what I mean? So, it's just a tactic to keep out trolls. Y'all see all them trolls in the comments? Do y'all really want them in the group? A troll is not going to pay to get in the group. They'll just go troll somewhere else for free. Okay? Plus, there's lots of books, PDFs, like Hoe Tactics, that book's in there. How to Marry a Millionaire, that book's in there. Like a bunch of free books you can read online and stuff like that. Lots of books. Also, women who share their tips and who are actually living the lifestyle, dating certain type of people, giving their like techniques, taking pictures of their vacations, their gifts, their stuff that they're getting, and all that kind of good stuff. How to respond to certain texts when men text you. So all that's in there, and it's a very active group. It's like very active. So even in the middle of the night, it's active because there's people on there from the other side of the world. So wherever you are, the group is active. Okay. It's a private group, so no one will even know you're in it. You can't even look for it. You have to be personally invited. Okay, I'm 33 and I own my own home. If I marry a guy, should I give up my house and start over to live with him as the provider? I think rent your house out. Don't give it up, but lease it out. And go find a new house together. Have him lease his house out too, unless his house is really nice. But always keep yours as like a rental property. That way you can get that money, and if you ever need it back, you got it. It says, I used to be in the group. Did you take people out of it? I have an admin who deletes inactive members. So if you don't post anything, they think you're a troll or spying and doing stuff like that. So they will delete any inactive members. If you're not posting or active in the group and you were removed, there's some people that's just so paranoid they don't want to post nothing, they don't want to type nothing. And in the group it shows that you're not active, and you just get, the admin did that. It wasn't me. I'm just saying, we had a few trolls in there and they pop out every now and then and start going off on people. And I'm like, this is why we have to monitor these type of things, Especially those life coach types, If you're a life coach and you're in my group, most of the life coaches don't agree with what's being taught in the group, and they'll come to a point where they can't take it anymore and they'll just explode all over the group. So if you're a life coach, don't join the group unless you're because whatever they taught you and whatever in life coach class is not what we're teaching. We're teaching like Joanne the scammer type stuff. how to get what you want, basically. My man is 18 years older than me, but not spending enough for me. Then you could be with a young man who don't spend on you. So why would you be with an old man? How do I be less paranoid? Yeah, it's like it's in my genes. Stop smoking weed. No, I'm just kidding. Um, Stop worrying about stuff. Only think about what you want to attract to you. And you won't be so paranoid. I'm only paranoid about a few things, not everything. I'm only paranoid about a few things, and those are things you should be paranoid about, like people stealing your children, stuff like that. But keeping an eye on your kids while you're out and about, I'm paranoid about that. But most other things, I don't really trust a lot of people either. But most people don't trust people anyway, so that's normal. Okay. If I marry someone for money and find someone richer, should you leave? If you're not happy, yeah. But if you're okay and everything's great, and you find someone with more money, and you want to leave, that's your free will. It's not up to me. It's up to you. Okay. Married women are in the group as well. Yes. There's married women, single women, young women, old women, all different races, all different cultures, everything. Different nations on the other side of the globe. It's international. Okay, a recap of what I've talked about so far. Basically, don't nag the person you're with. Don't always be available to them. Don't always ask them what they're doing, where they're going, what time they're going to be home. Make your own plans. Have your own life. You know what I'm saying? Don't get so totally attached to them that you don't have another option. For example, I said this earlier. If you're supposed to be going out with your spouse or boyfriend and he cancels on you at the last minute and you are all ready to go, don't go off on him and be mad. Just like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I'll just go out with somebody else. I'll just go out with my friend. And another tip was, have a friend that he doesn't want you to hang around too much. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole friend. Because if he keeps standing you up and you go hang out with the whole friend, he got something to worry about, But he stood you up, so he should be okay with you going out, but he knows you're going to go out with the whole friend. So next time he's not going to stand you up because you keep going out with that whole friend too many times. You're going to be following her footsteps. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you don't get mad and you don't be like, oh, why are you standing me up? You're always doing stuff. Make other plans quick and do it while you're on the phone when he's telling you that he's not going to be able to see you, or follow through on the plans. It's like, oh no, don't worry, I'll just go out with such and such and we'll go have some fun. Don't worry about it. Don't be mad either. Just sound like you're happy that he stood you up. Like, ooh, I got better things to do anyway. Then he's going to be wondering about you. Like, dang. So don't let your emotions get the best of you. Also, don't try to correct him all the time. Like, don't try to correct your man. Don't help them financially. Let them figure stuff out themselves, because you emasculate them. And they don't want to feel like they're with their mother or their big sister. So let them handle it. Let them figure it out, There's so many women that are what I call ladder chicks. And they will give men free advice and tell them how to do this, and that. Let that man climb upon their back until they reach a new status level, and then that man will leave them, So don't try to fix your man or improve your man by telling him stuff and advising him to do this and make this better decision and stuff like that. Because as soon as he gets up there, climbing on your back, getting all your information, he's going to leave for somebody else that doesn't, know that you helped him be the man he is. He's going to get all the credit. So don't build a man, basically. Don't build your man. He should already be built or able to build himself. A lot of women can't help it though. It's in their upbringing. They've seen their mom do it, so they do it. Oh, that you're doing that wrong. That's not how you do it. Let me tell you, you're making a stupid decision. Don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Like, can he be a man? Can you let him make mistakes? Dang. Um, if are you his mother? Don't be that. Don't be that man's mother. And I also said, like, if you want your man to do something, compliment him when he does it. Like, oh my God, yes, you cook so good. You clean better than than anybody I've ever. You clean better than my mom. Dang, she would be like embarrassed if if she knew your cleaning skills. Just complimenting him on stuff you don't want to do, and he'll be so proud when he's doing it. Like, yeah, I do clean up pretty good, even though it's trash and it's bad. You don't have to do it. Oh, I do cook pretty good, even though it tastes nasty. You gotta add extra seasoning and stuff. He'll finally get it right after a couple times, and it'll be alright. You don't want to do stuff, make him do it, but do it with compliments. Uh, Also, don't be a know-it-all. Let him shine sometimes. Even if he's saying some wrong stuff, just like, oh, really? Don't always correct him. That's like emasculating. And yeah, there's more in the beginning of the video. I just don't want to go over it all. But basically, let him do all the work. Should you be skeptical of an older rich man who has never been married? As long as he's handing out cash, maybe he doesn't want to be married. Maybe he wants to protect his money and he didn't have to get married. Maybe he's impotent. Can't have kids. I don't know. Does he have kids? I feel like older guys who have not been married, do a background check on them. Pay that couple of dollars and get that background check. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing dumb works too. Yep, someone said that they used to be someone's comfort chair and like person that they could, but then they stopped and then the treatment totally changed for the better, I'm thinking. Yeah. Don't be their mom. They have a mom. And plus, when they first meet someone, they're not like, oh, she's going to make a good mentor and boss for me. I'm going to be her child. Ooh, yes, that's such a turn on. No, they're looking at you. Ooh, she's sexy. She's funny. I love being with her. But then when you turn into their mother, it's like, oh, I don't. All this starts fading when they start seeing their mom, and then they want to go out and chase something else that they can impress. That's not telling them what to do all the time. So that's why it's important not to be a nagger or tell people what to do all the time. Stop being their mother and trying to help them all the time. I don't help my husband at all. I'll say, look, if I need him to improve on his cooking skills, I'll tell him, you know what? I saw on TV. I was watching Food Network today. I do it in a slick, sly way. I don't say your food is nasty. You need to do this, this, and that. I say, I was watching Food Network today, and you know how you like to make that chicken? You know what they did? They were making something similar, and you know what they did? They put flour, and then they beat an egg, and they put it in the egg mix, and then they put it in the flour again, and they say it comes out extra crispy if you do it like that. And then you gotta season the flour too. So, I was trying to write it down for you, but I guess I just remembered it. Girl, next time. Next time he was cooking that chicken just like on Food Network, and it came out better. So it's easier for me to say that than to say your food, it needs improvement and you don't cook chicken right. Let me show you how to do it. This is better. This is how you do it. I made him feel like he was the chef and he had the skills. Because I was not finna go in there and get my hands dirty. Not again. So that's how you can do like little stuff like that. If you don't like the way they're dressed, oh, I saw this commercial Or I saw this style video or style show, reality show, where this guy had on, he looked just like you, and he had on this nice tailored shirt with blah 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 and these shoes. I think you would look so good in that because he looked just like you. I thought it was you, reminded me of you. And I was like, oh really? Well, you don't like what I wear? I said, oh no, you look good. But this guy looked like he was like, looked like he could be like a movie star, like a millionaire or something, the way the outfit looked. Then he's going like, oh, okay. Just little lies like that help your relationship without nagging. If you don't like the way someone leaves the closet or clothes on the floor or stuff like that, you know, just you don't like that, pick up your stuff off the floor, start leaving your stuff on the floor, join the club. And he's going to be like picking his stuff up so you can pick your stuff up. Because like, if it's okay to throw clothes, let me just throw mine too. Then he's going to start telling you to pick up your clothes. And if he's telling you to pick up your clothes, he got to pick up his clothes. Put your bras and underwear all like everywhere. And he's going to see how it feels. And he's going to be uncomfortable with it. So he's going to pick up his own crap. I'm like, ugh, pick up your stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Then he can't do it himself anymore because he told you, then he would be a hypocrite. I do it all. I've done it all. I'm like, socks and underwear on the floor. You throw mine down there too. Just, you can't be afraid. You can't be so rigid to where you can't mentally change the situation, with mentalism. Oh, this is the dirty drawers pile. Okay. There you go. So that's how I get my stuff done. You know how they say work smarter, not harder? No conflict here. Just strategic messages. Okay, well, it's kind of late. I'll take a few more questions and I'm going to end it in 5 minutes. Okay. If your husband bring home a dog, but you got too many kids to take care of it, open the door, let the dog run free. Bye-bye. He got out. I can't find it. Or actually, take it back to the vet and say, I don't want it. Take it back to wherever he got it from. I don't want it. And then tell him it ran away. Or make him take care of the dog. Or make the kids take care of the dog. Don't take care of the dog. It's like, that's your dog. You take care of it. You need to feed him and take him out. I'm not doing that. Unless you pay me a dog sitting fee. Like, if you pay me $100 a month, I'll take care of your dog. Right? That's what I do. Like, I want a cat, but my husband doesn't want a cat. So I'm not bringing a cat in here because I know I'm not changing that litter box. And I know if he doesn't want to, what's the point, I want men chasing me like dogs. I want him crazy jealous. What's your advice on that? Something. Get another man. Men only get crazy jealous when you start dating someone else or better than them. That's the only time they get like that. Okay? Only time. All these women keep asking me the same question. I always tell them, go get you another man. It could be fake and phony. It can be a fake relationship. But that's the only time your man, your ex, will want you back and will act crazy jealous. And when you've already moved on to something better, or at least they don't know if they're better or not, but a challenge, You can't just sit there single and be like, you know, men are possessive creatures. They see their woman that they once possessed with a new man, their ego and their uh, jealousy and that possessiveness will kick in. And then they'll realize that they're not ready to let you go, or that they really like you. It takes that, a man to know that you're with another man, for them to step it on up. Like, I remember, I think I told this story once before. When I was first dating my husband, we weren't married or nothing. We were just dating. He called and said, I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, I was already at the place waiting on him. His friends were there because they hang out at that place. So this other guy comes up and starts talking to me. I'm entertaining him. I'm talking to him because I know him, but they don't. That his friends don't know that I know him. It was my sister's friend, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go such and such place? You know, your sister might meet us there or whatever." And I'm like, "Well, okay." He's like, "I'll drive you. You can drive back with your sister." But no one hearing the conversation, they just think I'm entertaining this guy, and I'm talking to him, so they see me leave with him and get in his Range Rover, and they rush out to call the guy, you know, my husband. Well, my husband, he wasn't my husband then, but the guy I'm dating, and say, "Hey, your girl's getting in the car with some other dude in a Range Rover, blah 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 blah." So I was like, tell him I said hey, because he was on the phone right there talking to him, even though he thought that he was busting me, but really he was helping me, because the next day, guess what? Gifts, flowers, apology, never got stood up again. It's like, you gonna let this slip away? Range Rover, a younger, more handsome guy. you have to let them know that you're not sitting around waiting on them, and you have options. But Shira, your husband is really smart. What if you get with an athlete who's not so smart? Then you can take even more advantage of him. My sister married an NFL player. He was very easy to fool and trick. Okay. Should I be submissive to my man at all costs? If he's paying every bill and supplying your every need and giving you money, and you trust and you feel comfortable and safe with him, you're gonna automatically submit because you trust him. You know, submit just really means trust. I'm gonna trust you to handle that. I'm not gonna butt in. I'm not gonna be afraid, because I feel comfortable with you, so I will let you lead. But if you don't, most men won't find submissive women, because women don't trust men, and they don't feel secure or safe, because most of the time the man is not financially stable, and they got to sit there and worry about rent, bills. What if you leave me for somebody else? So when you're 100% comfortable and feel safe and secure financially, emotionally in a relationship, that's when the woman naturally submits to a man. Anything else is fake and acting to get what they want. Do I have a favorite clothing store? I shop online a lot. I like Boohoo. I like I like a lot of the online stores. It just depends on what type of man you're trying to attract, and how old you are, because some of the stores are for younger women. Some can go either way. So I don't know how old you are. But anything, like, I don't spend a lot on trends. I buy more classic pieces. So they always have like stores in the mall that are like Saks Fifth Off, Neiman's Last Call, Macy's, Forever 21. I mean, you can get a lot of cute stuff at places like that. Marshalls. I like to shop online though, because I get bored and I just scroll online and I just shop online. But Boohoo, Fashion Nova's okay. Just don't get their slutty pieces. They have some cute stuff on there. But it just depends on your style as well. How can I use a good girl image to your advantage even though you're not? Is that better? If you have a good girl image, it just depends on if the reason they want a good girl. You know, do they want to take advantage of you? Do they want to walk over you? Do they want you to be like wifey or something? It just depends, you know. It just depends on the man. What are they looking for? Sometimes a good girl finishes last. You know, they might find something more exciting and thrilling if you're too good. What if you're a man with lots of money, but a man with even more money comes along? Should you leave that man that you're with and go for the man alone? If the man that you're with is currently paying all your bills and everything, how do you know the new man will? What if you leave the old man and the new man ain't paying for nothing? So you gotta be smart. I feel like a lot of women do this and they like, I need to leave you for more. Don't commit to anyone. That way it's not a problem, you know? Say, look, we're just friends, we're just dating, I'm just seeing you. Don't get emotionally involved if you're thinking that you want to upgrade if you meet someone better, you know. If you're in it for the long haul, and you know, they say some people just enough money to so where they don't have to work, they can pretty much buy whatever they want. They can feel pretty much comfortable and stuff like that. That's all you really need. Anything else, you're just buying more problems, you know. So for example, if you're married to someone that makes high six figures or six figures and they can provide you a good lifestyle, you know, you're going to have less issues with that type of man than you would maybe a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll probably have chicks in every town, and you know, other women who's they're probably paying their rents for that you don't know about. I'm just saying, a lot of guys who are that rich, they feel like they deserve more. You know what I'm saying? So unless they're super old and just tired of all the games, but I'm just saying, pick a type of guy you want and settle with that guy, because you're not gonna be young forever. You can't keep bouncing from guy to guy, because what if that rich guy says, okay, I like you, but I'm not taking care of you, and then you just threw away the other guy who used to take care of you, and now you're stuck. So unless they can outdo the other guy and they agree to it and they start doing it, then I wouldn't suggest leaving. One time I did a Joanna scammer and accidentally let the dog run to the street and he never came back. That's hilarious. Question: what type of women snag rich men? A woman with a plan. Women with a plan snag rich men. Okay, you can't just show up and be like, "Oh, I want a rich man." You gotta work. You gotta know what they like, how to dress. You know, where they hang out. It's strategic. Most women who are married to rich men, they planned that. It wasn't just, oh, we met and it was love at first sight. Oh, he just happened to be rich. No. Women were scoping out the scene a long time ago. And, you know, it does happen sometimes that they meet someone that they like and they just happen to be rich. But it's not often. So basically you need to strategically plan to be in the places where wealthy people hang, if that's what you want to marry or date. Because sometimes they don't want to get married, they just want to date, you know. Would you date a billionaire? I don't know. I mean, Mariah Carey couldn't even do it, and I know she's worse than I am. Everybody that got with billionaires couldn't make it over a year. Um, their egos are probably out of control. The group is the group is for gold diggers. It's not a group of learning how to deal in relationships, or there's little morals in this group. It's just about getting the money. Getting the lifestyle and the money that you desire from men. That's what the group is about. It's not about love. It's not about stuff like that. So if that's what you're looking for, that's not the group for you. Like, seriously, I say this in all the videos. There's other relationship groups out there for that, but this is for women who are done with that and ready to get paid. This is for women who tired of working and paying bills. Okay? This is for that. This is not about love. This is not about looks. This is about man has money, man gives woman money, woman happy. That's what it's about. And there's no judgment in this group. There's women in here who are dating guys that are older, rich millionaires. They're young and cute, and they go on dates and they get their rent paid, apartments, cars, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like looking for true love and stuff like that. This is like, look, I'm tired of working. Let's get this money. No pick-me's, no life coaches. Pick-me's are chicks that like are in the comments on Facebook or YouTube defending men and how women are gold diggers and this is that. That's called a pick-me chick. They're just begging to be picked by some random person scrolling through the comments. So no pick-me's, no trolls, no looking for true soulmate love, none of that. This is just straight up, I'm tired of working, I need somebody to pay these bills type situation. I'm too, that's just all it is. That's it. Techniques on how to dress, where to go, what websites to get on. Women are sharing their like texts and back and forth with men and how to get them to put money in their PayPal before even meeting them. It's just straight up, someone just said savage. It's just straight up, look, I know you want me, so let's see what you're willing to invest. I teach the women to make sure the man invests in them first, and make sure you're not giving away your time free. If you're going to go out to meet them to go out to dinner, make sure you're getting a nice gift. Make sure, you're being compensated for your expensive outfits and clothes and stuff like that. If they want to be seen out in public with you, they have to make it worth your while. Because if not, you can just stay home, Why? So, and there's no judgment because some of these girls are dating old guys, rich guys, guys in foreign countries that will fly them out, getting on planes and stuff like this. It's like serious. This is not some little lovey-dovey group. This is their life. They don't work. They just get guys to pay their bills and they go shop. That's all it is. There's girls that joined the group a couple months ago and they were in a bad relationship, working 9 to 5. Now they're being fully taken care of, flown around the world, stuff like that, because there's guys out there just waiting on these websites to pay women to date, to go on trips, to eat dinner with them. It's like for a picture, not even a nude picture, but just a regular picture. to talk to them for 20 minutes. It's like, and not even phone sex, just regular conversation. And these men are like, I'll put $400 in your PayPal account, so you can go buy a nice outfit for our date tomorrow. Stuff like that. Not these loser guys, not these trolls and these comments, but guys that have careers, real money, and they can't date the caliber of women that they want without compensation. Yeah, they can go get somebody their own age and date them for free, but that's not what they want. After they get the money, then they go for the women that they could never get before, because they have the money to give the women, to keep the women happy, because the women don't want them for them. The women want them for what they can offer them, and that's why they go to work and earn all that money, so they can have their choice of women. Okay, they're not happy settling. They want to be seen out with a bad chick. They want to be seen out with someone beautiful. They don't want to be seen out with Ethel, an old lady their own age. They don't want to be seen out with that. Okay, so they go on these websites looking for these young, pretty girls, and they, hey, do you want to be my friend? Do you want to go out on dates with me? I'll pick like sugar daddies. That's what they're doing. So, they don't want to go out with Ethel. They don't want to go out with Gertrude. They want to go out with Sophie, or Kaylee, or they want to go out with Denise, or they want to go out with Patricia, or they want to go out with Latavia, or they want to go out with Sharkeisha. So guess what? They pay. Okay? That's what it's all about. Now they don't have to work. Now they can sleep late. They don't have to wake up and get in rush hour traffic. Yeah. Good old Sharkeisha. I saw Sharkeisha. Oh my God. Okay. I saw this girl. Her name's not really Sharkeisha, but I saw a Sharkeisha type in this really nice bar, and she was telling the guy, "You need to lead. You're the leader. I follow." She knew what she was talking about. Like, basically, if you can't lead me and support me and secure me, I can't be with you. So they're not. A lot of women know their worth now, and they understand that they don't have to work if they don't want to. Like, a lot of women, they don't have to work. They don't have to work at all. They're just not connected to the right resources. Mhm. Sasha, are you still awake? Sasha. She's asleep. I'm trying to get them ready to go back to school, so they gotta be in the bed early. That was my dog. I was trying to read a question. Should women constantly be unpredictable and ignore their men to make their men chase basically be a challenge? If your man can predict your every move, he's bored with you. Okay? Yeah, that's the whole thing that draws men in. You're a mystery. They have to work for you. That you give them purpose. You're the reason they wake up and shave and shower and put on cologne and stuff. If they can't predict you, you're still exciting, and that keeps them on their toes. Like, day to day, I could go here, I could go there, I could look a different way. So there's no. Yeah, I'm mostly at home most of the time, but when I go out, you don't know where I'm going. I go to so many different places with different people. doing different things, and I don't really tell him about it. I just tell him about it after the fact. Like, oh, I went here today. So not always keeping tabs on the other person helps stay a challenge. Someone says, I had my man pay for implants. That's good. Okay. Yeah, if you're in a relationship with a man, or you live with a man and you're sleeping with him and he's not paying every bill, you're doing it wrong. I'm just saying, if he's getting free sex, my kids are not that. Yeah, you're doing it wrong. If you're paying half that rent and you're sleeping with him, you're not smart. At least he needs to get the whole rent. Something. Or a mortgage, or whatever y'all are working towards. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how I would feel doing that and giving a grown man money. You know what I'm saying? I would not be able to perform in the bedroom with that type of arrangement. So, some women do it and they're happy with that life, but they don't have to do it. That's the whole point. You have a choice. There's other options. Okay? Yep. So, always, if you're doing that, you shouldn't be paying any bills. If you live with a man and you're doing that, you shouldn't be paying any bills. Because think about how much money he will have to spend to get that if you aren't there. Think about it. Like, he'd have to take other women out on dates. He'd have to, go out, spend money, spend gas, begging women to give it up, chasing other women and, trying to impress them and take them out before they can get some. Call a prostitute, pay whatever. So either way, he's going to have to pay. You might as well get something out of it. If I have to pay half the bills, I can't. Right. And if you're in a relationship now and you're like, oh my God, it's too late for me, I pay half the bills and I still give it up, stop giving it up. And when he asks you, hey, what happened? Why are you not giving up? It's like, well, I don't know. I'm not turned on anymore. I guess it's this living together thing. I thought you were going to be taking care of everything. And, I feel like I'm just a roommate now. And it's kind of a turn off. It's like, maybe if you paid all the rent, all the bills and stuff, I can get it back. I feel like I'm a kept woman. What if he catches on to my reactions of things I don't like? Like your face, like, I don't like that. Just say, this doesn't turn me on. I don't have a weird feeling about that. I'm not into that. Just say I'm not into it. Because that means there's hope, There's like, I'm not really into that. It means you could be into it, maybe, but doesn't mean you just totally shut them down, I'm 25 and I have a 23-year-old taking care of me. That's not true. What? I have a 23-year-old taking care of me dream. That's not true. Okay. Well, if you can get a young guy to take care of you, that's fine, What if he knows my punishing techniques? It's still a punishment. Cut off sex. That's the technique. That's the best technique ever. To cut him off. Doesn't matter if he knows about it. That's every woman's punishment. Mm-hmm. And switch them up. Like if there's other ones, switch them up. Just stop texting, stop calling, be out of pocket. Be like, you know what? You're on punishment. And if he reacts to it, it doesn't mean it's less punishing, being less punished. He just knows he's being punished. Then he's gonna try to punish you. That's immature. That's why I get older guys. They don't play. They don't play half those little silly games young guys play. I'm like, look. I want to know how to get into the will if I'm not the wife. I'm dating an old guy now. Is the old guy married? Or you can just take an insurance policy out on him. You don't have to get in the will. Just take an insurance policy out and have him give you the money to pay for it every month. Get like a good one, like $1 million one. Get $1 million insurance policy and have him help you pay for it. Or just tell him you need money for this and just pay for it. And when he dies, you're going to have to get a copy of his death certificate. That might be hard because the family will have to give it to you. So you're going to have to, it's kind of hard to get someone's death certificate. So you're going to have to make friends with one of his, whoever's over his, estate, and get a copy of that death certificate. So, bribe the funeral director. If you volunteer to pay for the funeral, that's a loophole. If you volunteer to pay for the funeral out of the insurance money, the family or whoever will give you a copy of the death certificate to send into the insurance company. If you can, if you have $1 million policy and you're paying for a couple $1,000s for a funeral, that's nothing, So that's a loophole, and they'll think you're generous. So I'll pay for the funeral. Get a cremation. It's super cheap. It's like, no, you don't have to buy a casket or nothing. So like, I'll pay for the cremation and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'll handle all the final arrangements. Let me do that for him. I just need a copy of the death certificate for the funeral home. The funeral home will give you the death certificate to send to the insurance company. Yeah, I know. I used to be a mortician. I know all the loopholes. Shira, why is it easier for white women to find sugar daddies than it is black women? Well, a lot of the times there's a certain look that they're looking for and a certain demeanor that they're looking for, and it's almost like if they want you to fit into their circle, you can't be someone who does not fit in. You know what I mean? And it could be cultural. It could be how you speak. It could be how you look, what you wear, how your hair looks. It could be all of that. Because there are some black women that have sugar daddies, but they're not typical black women. They're very well spoken. They're, they have a certain look about them, and they basically cater to what that man finds attractive. You know what I'm saying? So if you watch the show Have and the Have-Nots, and you see how Candace Young carries herself, that's the type of black woman these sugar daddies want. Someone who's classy, well put together, well spoken, and things like that. They don't want someone who they can't bring around their colleagues, or that might embarrass them with, some type of speech or, problems that, you know, that don't really affect their world. It's very, they might date you in private, but they're not going to be like, oh, well, come to this charity event with me, or, come move in with me, or I'm going to buy you a car. They're going to be like, they might go on to dinner with you and see what you're about, and kind of like the interview. But after that, they're like, I can't bring you around my people. So etiquette class, grooming class is very important when you're trying to get in with super wealthy, or if you're trying to get a sugar daddy. It's not about what you want, it's about what they want. You know what I mean? So you have to cater to what they think is attractive, not what you think is attractive. You know? So yeah, and it's also about attitude. Can you fake it? Can you stroke somebody's ego and lie to their face and look pretty doing it and feminine? Are you too independent? Are you too opinionated? And I'm saying those are bad things. I'm just saying that's not what they're looking for. So, there's so many beautiful young black women who do have sugar daddies, but it's because they fit that role. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't fit the role and you're out there trying to get a sugar daddy, it's not going to be easy. They might just be curious. They might go on like a date or one date with you, and then they might be done. So you gotta fit that role. You gotta dress, walk, talk for the role that you want. What if a man wants you to prove your sex game before the benefits? Then you're being played. Tell him, all sex is good. That's why men will pay for it without ever having it in the first place. So, if you can go trick some other woman like that, but I know I'm good. So, you want to find out? Come on with the benefits. That's just reverse psychology that dude is using. Someone says you should become a dominatrix. If anybody says I want you to prove your sex game, that's because they're cheap. Most guys will invest in you before you give that up. Never give up sex until the person has heavily invested in you. Money, time, all of that put together. If they're trying to get it before they're giving you this, they're never going to give you that. You're just being fooled. Okay? So don't do it. It's not worth it. Men who are serious and have real money, they don't mind giving it to you, because that's going to make it even better, because you'll be expecting more, so you're going to perform well, and you'll be like, okay, you be my sugar daddy, I'll date you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it on you, so you won't go looking for no one else, and this money is going to keep rolling in, okay? But that's after they've already heavily invested in you. If you give it up before they give you anything, they're just going to move on to the next chick and do the same thing to her, and you're going to be looking stupid. And always have other options. Like, oh, I don't do that. There's too many options out here. But good luck. Don't be a sucker. Where do I pull a sugar daddy? Oh, try seeking arrangements. SugarDaddy.com. Go online. They have sugar daddy dating sites. What's your price? They pay you just to go eat. Like, they pay you $200 just to go to dinner. You don't have to do nothing. Just meet them at the restaurant. The money's in your account before you even get to the restaurant, because it's in your PayPal. So that's all the advice I have on that. But like, a lot of that stuff is in the group. And I do also exclusive videos. I'm gonna start doing exclusive videos for the group. That's not gonna be on YouTube as well. Just but it's specifically tailored for the group. You know, so for example, up on Facebook, on YouTube, I talk more about general and also dating men and means, but general. But this is more specific to gold digging and sugaring and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. So, the guy that I married, he was basically my sugar daddy before we got married. So, he took care of me, paid all my bills. I didn't have to work. We traveled, we did this, we did that. So that's why a lot of women are moving more towards that, because they want to be taken care of. Now, the new generation guys or the younger men, they're not as driven as they used to be back in the old days. They're not as chivalrous as they used to be back in the old days. They want this equal thing, and a lot of women aren't down for that anymore. So they're going for the older guys or the richer guys who can still provide that nostalgia of being with a real man that can take care of you. So a lot of women are stressed out. They work too much. They don't have enough time for themselves. They're running themselves haggard. So, they're like, look, I'm tired of this. Let me get into a different type of lifestyle and take a break and get treated how I'm supposed to be treated, and none of this 50-50 roommate stuff happening over here. So basically, when women realize their value and they're tired of struggling in relationships that don't benefit them, that's when they come over to the other side and start dating with purpose. So someone says, I'm with an older man, but how do you guys deal with people staring at you on dates? They're staring at your nice outfit, your nice clothes, all the stuff he bought you. They know why you're with him. They're not dumb. They know you're not waking up every day to go work for somebody. They might be a little jealous. They're like, dang, I should have got a rich old man. They know you're not doing nothing but getting your hair and nails done and going out to eat and drink. That's what they're looking at, okay? So, dang, she's lucky. They might be like, ooh, why is he with that young girl? Why do you think he's with that young girl? Ooh, I bet he's paying her. Of course he's paying her. You out giving it up for free. You should be the one we staring at. Like I'm looking at, what I look at? Pygmies and broke women with broke men. I'm like, when I'm out with my old husband and we ordering whatever we want, I'm looking at them checking their bank account on their phone. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. Yes, we kind of got off subject. This is not the typical moral how to be a good wife video. This is how to be a good wife so your man doesn't leave you for someone else because you nag too much and you emasculate them. And you help them too much so they never get to experience impressing you or being the man that they're supposed to be. Okay. It's hot. I have to open the door. Where you go? That's my dog. I wonder if James is still. James! I think he's asleep. Yeah, like My channel is about like getting, what you deserve in a nice way. These girls are on here asking guys if they have money in the comments. No, of course not. Um, it's just society puts so much pressure on this, and they put so much stress on this and make you think that you're supposed to go out and do all these things when you don't even have to, you know. Back in the old days, women didn't do half the stuff that they're doing now, and it's showing in society on their faces. They don't really want to be doing this. They just, some of them don't have a choice, or they don't know any better. That's why I offer, information like I do, saying you don't have to do this. If you look better than me, you shouldn't even be working. Okay? And there's a lot of women in the group that look way better than me. Younger, thinner, better features, and they were working. I'm like, you ain't got to work. You don't have to work. Quit your job. Or at least cut back. Like, if you look better than me and you're working, something is wrong. That's what I told them. If you have to work, you shouldn't even have to work. You should be like, and if you do work, you shouldn't spend any of your money on bills. You should save all of it. It should just be going towards whatever, a business, a money market account, a savings. Shouldn't be paying nothing, because there's too many other people that will pay for it for you. That's good. Someone says they're dating a man who got money and buys things for them, and their dad and mom are happy. Okay. If a man makes you feel less for not helping him, what does that make him look like if he needs help from you? I would, if I were a man, I'd be embarrassed to ask for help from a woman. I'd be like, you know what I mean? So if he's doing that, it's just reverse psychology. It's like, well, you're the man. You're supposed to be handling that. I can't get turned on by you. Take it back to sex. Like, I can't get turned on for you. If you asking me to pay everything, are you a man or are you a boy, That's what I'd be asking. Rico. I gotta keep this closed. Oh. Whoops. If I were a man, I wouldn't be a woman. True. But I wouldn't ask anybody for help. I was like, I'm a man. I got this. If I'm a man, I got this. Just like I'm a woman, I got this. Oh my gosh. My man never worry about me. Doesn't even buy a B-date gift. He works, I don't. He has a car, not me. Help, please. Get you a man with some money. Go on Seeking Arrangements, sugardaddy.com. Put your picture up there. Go on What's Your Price. Get paid to go out and eat. Just sit there and eat. And get you a car. They will pay for your Uber. If you sitting there like that, you're not living the best life you could live. That there's other options out there. some glasses on. I sure do need to put my glasses on. Oh, but I'm finna end it anyway, so I don't even think I have my glasses over here. Okay, yeah, what's your price? See, how that works is a guy will say, I'm interested, and you put in like $150 for dinner, and they'll either accept it or they'll counter offer it, saying like to 100, like 100, and you'll be like, no, I need 150. But if you're desperate, you go ahead and take that 100 and say, well, I need Uber money, so add another 20. Um, if you don't have a car, still alive, you don't have a car, so you have to take Uber. That way you get extra money. And if they say yes, you send them your PayPal, they put it up in there, and you just meet them there, basically. And most of the women will meet them there because there's more money in the future. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, $200, I can go eat for free for $200 and get paid. Why not? It's free food, right? And most of the time, it's nice restaurants. Mm-hmm. They pay for everything: the meal, drinks, whatever. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of these trolls and stuff on here, they don't know about those sites. That's why they're on here talking trash a lot of the time, because they don't know there's so many more options. Like we're beyond them now. Like we know where to find what we want, and it's just so easy. I watch a lot of the girls in my group, and they're showing their little money when they go and meet up, and they take a picture of it, and take a picture of the meal, the money, the gift that was brought, and they say, oh, I just had a really good date with a potential sugar daddy, and look, he gave me money, he bought me this, and look at our meal. And that's what the kind of stuff they post in the group. So, and it's every day. This is not just every once in a while. These girls are doing this all the time because that's how they pay their rent. That's how they pay their student loans. That's how they pay their way through college. That's how they get, cars and stuff. That's how they start their own businesses. Like a lot of women, they'll just use that money to invest in themselves and start their own business. So they don't have to work for anybody, or something like that, because you can't really get ahead in the world working a 9 to 5 and trying to pay debts, student loans, and then, have enough time to take care of yourself. It's a lot of stress, so why would you put yourself under that when you don't have to? Mm-hmm. For young moms who want sugar daddies that want to meet at certain times, um, well, if you have a set arrangement and pick those times and agree to it in the beginning, that's how you work that. You don't just let him be spontaneous. You just say, okay, well, I have a set time. Can you work with it? And I'll be like, yeah. What time? And y'all agree on the time. Okay, well, I can't do that. Well, I can do that time. Okay, we agree on a time that y'all are both free and available. So you just make arrangements for time, and not just spontaneity. Say, I'm not one of them spontaneous ones. We need a time. Or you can call me between this hour and that hour, and I should be free. If not, don't call me after this time. How to not let people think I'm dumb in a working environment. People that try too hard and overcompensate, they look dumb anyway. So just stay quiet. Observe. don't talk much. The less you talk, the more, they have to figure you out. If you talk too much and over talk and try to sound like you're all this and that, they're going to be like, oh, she's overcompensating for something. Why is she always trying to prove how smart she is and not look dumb? Just be quiet. Just be the quiet type. Observe. What if you're a young woman in your 20s with a beautiful face but few flaws like gut or stretch marks from pregnancy? What age group should you go for? 50s. Over the 50s. They don't care. They done seen it all. Like, they seen stretch marks, babies come out, women, they seen it all. They don't care. As long as it's, they're not bothered by that at all. Young guys, yeah. Old man, they can't even see that good no more. As long as you look decent in a nice dress and some heels, and they can take you out and show you off, and you look good on their arm, that's all they really care about. Somebody said workout. Yeah, you might get them to pay for your gym membership, and then you can upgrade later on, or some plastic surgery. Tummy tuck something. Just ask. How do I ask an older rich man for money? It's like, I need some money. I want to go shopping. Please. I really need some money. I want to go shopping so I can buy something nice to wear for you. Just do something when you ask for money. Rub on a leg, something. I don't know. That's what I would do. You don't just ask like a serious question. You ask nonchalantly, like you're used to it. Like, you got money, share. And they'll do it because they don't want to disappoint you. They don't want to see you upset. They don't want to see you sad. They don't want to disappoint you, They'll give you a little something. Right? That's what I do. Like, I need some money. I need $100. I need $200. And just look and smile. They don't want to see this turn into this. They don't want you to see. So get them in person. I just straight up ask, but in a nice way, like, oh, can I have some money? Well, how much do you need? Oh, I don't know, like maybe 300 or 400. Well, I think I can handle that, but I'm gonna have to go to the ATM. Okay. Then they're gonna want a kiss. Give me a kiss. And you were like, close your eyes and imagine someone else. Okay. How to convince an insecure man that you wouldn't run for upgrade. I wouldn't. They always have to know that I can upgrade. That's the whole point. That way they stay in line. You don't need to convince him of that. It's better if he thinks you will leave him, because he won't take you for granted, and he'll do extra. Keep you. Alright, y'all, it's late. I gotta go to bed. Actually, I'm gonna go watch Netflix because I'm not sleepy at all. I need money for rent. Should I say it's for that reason? I need ASAP. It's kind of like GoFundMe. Like, if you're gonna wait that long to get the entire rent, he needs notice for that type of stuff, so he can go to the ATM or to the bank. So tell him before you meet him out. It's like, my rent is due. I really need it. Could you help me out? I would really appreciate it, and see what he says. Well, how much is your rent? He might say, I can put something on it. That's why you have two of them. One gives you the rent, and one gives you the bills. Says, I just want to know where y'all are finding these men at, because seeking arrangements full of broke, horny. You have to put certain things in your profile because you're not saying the right words. If the word, I'm looking for a sugar daddy or a generous, old-fashioned gentleman who spoils in every way, financially, physically, and you're going to attract the broke ones. You got to put specifics, because if they see sugar daddy or I want sugar daddy in your profile, the broke ones are going to keep scrolling, and the ones with the money are going to click on you because they know what you're about. They know the routine, and they don't have to, dilly-dally with you. So put those words in your profile. Don't be putting a whole paragraph of some stuff they'll never read. Put what you want right there. Like, I want a man who, I need a sugar daddy. I'm seeking this sugar daddy arrangement. I'm beautiful. I look good on it. I would look good on your arm. Blah 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 blah. Something like that. I enjoy, cocktails and conversation. I love travel, and I love making my sugar daddy feel like the king of the world. Every sugar daddy's gonna click on that. Okay, if you're saying all this extra BS and stuff, they're gonna scroll past you. So make sure you put exactly what you want. Okay. It's important to be honest on the profile, and that way you filter out all the other stuff, and it's faster and easier. I think I made one just to show the group, and after one day I got off, but I just want to show them how to do it. And like, I got offers. I'm like, dang, I still got it. So I had already, somebody offered me $2,000 a month. Well, that's pretty good for me. So, just without even meeting me, So I think be direct is the best option, Very direct. You'll find something. Okay, well, I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to put my information if you really want to join the group. You can find me on Facebook and message me under here. I'll write it down. That way y'all can see. Because my Facebook, you'll see a picture of me. It's a recent picture, so you will recognize it. Hey, Sasha, go to bed.
You're going live?
I'm still live. Why are you still awake? Go get in the bed. This is my Facebook page, you guys. Find me there and message me. Okay? Is that backwards? Leticia Padua. That's my Facebook page. Hey, baby.
Oh,
Oh, my baby. This thing is still awake. Look, her hair is straightened.
we put it in a messy bun.
You put it in the bun? Okay. Go get it in the bed, you messy bun. I know you're trying to sneak down in my bed. You can sneak down in there if you want. If you make up my bed. See, you got my bed made. Anyway, thank you. So, yeah, that's my Facebook. You guys, if you're serious about joining the group, just write, I want to join the group. Don't write me no book. Don't write me your life story because I can't read it. I don't have time. People write me 2,000 word essays and I'm like, I just read the last sentence. The first and the last sentence. That's what I do. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Sasha's gonna be something else when she gets older. But at least she'll have all the information and how to get what she wants. All right. Good night, y'all.